I abducted my entire neighborhood in The Sims 4. I built a house so dirty that it kills people. I made 100 kids spend 50 years underground. I became a serial killer. I built a 1,000-mile-long basement, torturing innocent people with inappropriately sized Murphy beds, forcing 100 people to choose how their lives will end, forcing people to live in a 10 by 10 foot box, forcing 100 people to live in total isolation. I built a house that kills people for food.
Everyone plays The Sims differently, but if there's one thing we all have in common, it's occasionally enacting the wrath of a malicious, sadistic god on the tiny computer people who can't fight back. Unfortunately, and this is an issue I don't see discussed enough in Sims circles, the game seems more concerned with letting you design a healthy, functioning society than, encouraging you to torment these computer programs in increasingly bizarre ways. The reason these videos get millions of views is because when you actually try to do it yourself, it's kind of boring. There's hours of dead nothing before you can trap someone in your basement and watch them starve to death, which in itself is boring. They don't even scream. It's horrible. What if I told you there was a game that cut past all that bullshit no one cares about in The Sims and gets straight to what the heart of the game was always about? Torturing, driving insane, and killing people when they walk into your house. Welcome to Vouch, the show where every review is a recommendation, and today is the first time I'm reviewing a game that the developer gave me for free. That's crazy. I'm tiny. How did I get this? I don't know. I ended up on a mailing list one day, and now I get Steam key offers. It's dope. Have you ever seen the movie Monster House? If you haven't, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite Halloween movies. I'm gonna catch flack for this. Monster House BTFOs every Tim Burton movie ever made. Now that I have enough angry people in my comments to drive engagement, let me tell you about Deck of Haunts, a game where you play as a haunted house with a giant, fleshy, beating heart in the back that you're trying to hide from all the stupid assholes who walk through your doors. Deck of Haunts is a deck delver, and like all the best deck delvers, it comes with a killer visual style, interesting premise, and a twist on the formula. Instead of building a deck of abilities that helps you progress through different levels of a dungeon, you are building a deck of abilities of said dungeon. You are also building said dungeon. Those who delve, they are your opponents. You'll get vloggers, you'll get drunk teenagers, you'll get the occasional cop. And hey, if there's any American politicians watching, you can also kill homeless people in this game. I know you get really hard for that. Anyway, I'm not very good at this game, but I love it. I like making the house. I'm obsessed with making it symmetrical, even though I think that's probably strategically suboptimal. One thing I think is dope as fuck is that basically when someone wanders in, they want to make it to the back of your house. If they see your giant fleshy beating heart, you take a damage. If you take too much damage, you die. To stop them, you either drive them completely insane, so they fall into the fetal position and can never re-enter normal society, or you fucking kill them. You get points for either. But deliciously, you can drive someone insane and then kill them, getting double the points off of a single human. This is awesome. I remember when I first started playing, one of my complaints was that the UI was a little weird, but now that I've been playing it for a while, it feels completely intuitive. I might have skipped the tutorial, but the confusing thing was like, oh, I'm dragging it to this room, why isn't it working? Oh, you have to target a very specific individual human, and sometimes the highlighting is weird because of the isometric perspective. You'll get the hang of it, don't worry. Like Balatro, there's a bunch of different starting decks, and like a game like Risk of Rain or Shape of Dreams, there's a bunch of different run modifiers that can make things difficult. The more you play the game, the more cards you'll ultimately unlock, expanding your potential roles as you go through the game. And I find the fact that you're building the physical space and your actual playable card deck to be a nice variation over the usual build a deck and go through static environments you can't really change. There's a sort of dual strategy happening, and they synergize pretty well. The way the NPCs pathfind is randomized unless they have a trait that makes them beeline for the center of the thing. So one of my tactics is to build a fuck ton of 1x1 rooms surrounding the heart, so that there's a higher chance of them entering some random horseshit room that does not matter. And for me, the ability to farm an insanity and a death off of the same NPC creates tension in levels that are easy. Because if you can, you'll prevent yourself from killing the last person. Because once you do, it immediately ends. You can't, like, kill them for fun afterwards. So you end up with, like, a chosen final girl that you just toy with for a while and shift into random rooms and stun, while all the people you drove insane earlier, you slowly murder also, until everyone's insane and dead, and then the last person you finish off and you get all of the points in the world. It really gamifies the malicious entity experience in a surprisingly effective way. I could yap about this game for too long. I'll avoid going into details about specific cards, but some mechanics I really enjoy are, first of all, tension. You can either do psychic damage or physical damage. Basically, psychic damage is called drain, but tension is a different stat. And tension multiplies any psychic damage you do. So if you scare them enough, the next time you deal psychic damage, it's more impactful than if you hadn't. This doesn't happen for physical damage when you're actually just killing them, which adds a beautiful level of dynamic decision making, where your early actions that scared the fuck out of these poor people makes them much easier to mentally break later on. There are some cards that allow tension to make physical damage do more as well, but that's a very specific strategy. But I love building into that one specifically. There's also things called hexes. Basically, it's a card that does a thing, but if you play it on an individual, every single new turn, it will re-trigger. There's also night-long cards, which add modifiers to big picture stuff. One of them is the one that multiplies damage by tension that I mentioned earlier. I just really like the amount of strategy you can have with early gameplay. Every human also has a name, a portrait. I don't know if the portraits are all unique, but I haven't noticed too much recurring. Or maybe I did and I didn't pay attention. I don't know. But they have unique stats, as in how physically resilient they are, how mentally resilient they are, which informs your decision on how you want to take them down. They have unique traits, like some people are bleeders, so if you do 1 damage to them, then they'll take more damage the next turn. Or some are cowards, so the first time they get scared, they'll actually bitch and run. Or some are hardened, so if they see the heart, they're not just gonna run, they're gonna fucking shoot you, bitch! Those are mostly cops. The point is, there's a lot about this game to love. And it's one of the most unique ideas in the deck delver genre. I'm still trying to make that name change happen. Please help. Oh, also, it retails for $20, which I feel is completely fair. It never goes lower than $12. So, if you see it on sale, snag it. Buy it or not, I don't care. Also, I have a new outro for this year, but some motherfucker from Brazil who does not own the song I'm covering has claimed it and is trying to take my $2 per video from me. How dare he? Anyway, I'm disputing it, but in the meantime, here's a very topical song pick. Baby, you're a haunted house. Better find another superstition. We're gonna stay in love somehow. 'Cause baby, you're a haunted house. Baby, you're a haunted house. Baby,